Okay, so a tip for working with salt dough, if it sticks to your hands like goopy, then you need more salt or more flour. So when you start making the salt dough, start by adding less water and then slowly add in more water until you get it a consistency that doesn't stick to your hands. The recipe calls for a cup of water, and I found that that was too much water and I had to add more flour and more salt. So I would just start by adding only a half a cup. I sectioned my salt dough into chunks so that I could share it with somebody else. My son wanted some, so I have just a chunk like this. It's about a third of the total batch. And you're gonna start by rolling a coil to make a donut. So I'm going to teach you how to make a donut today and a macaroon. So that's not quite enough. So we're going to put a little more, and we're going to roll a thick coil. So usually when you work with clay, you roll kind of thin coils. They look like worms. Today we're going to be making a thick one. And then we're going to make the sides come together like that, and then smooth it out. And then you can paint salt dough, so once this dries we'll be able to paint it. So then grab another piece, and this is going to be your icing. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to roll a coil out, but this one's going to be a little bit thinner. You can roll it on your surface. I'm working on a green piece of paper, but you could work on a kitchen counter. Or you could put newspaper down. So then you're going to lay your icing on top of your donut. My son wanted to work with spoons and forks, so we have those out here, but everything you're making you could pretty much do with your hands. I thought for icing that it might be cool to push on the back of the icing with the spoon to kind of flatten it and stick it on there. Once you have your icing on your donut, you could put some sprinkles on it. You could do some designs across the icing, like stripes across the top of the icing. So you can decorate your donut however you would like. I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to show you how to make a macaroon. So to make a macaroon, which is a cookie that's in a lot of bakeries, you're going to take 3 pieces of the salt dough, about equal size, and you're going to roll them into balls. I don't know how you make a real macaroon because I'm not much of a baker, but I like to eat them. They're like little mini sandwiches with creamy deliciousness in the middle. So to make a macaroon, you're going to roll 3 balls. You're going to push with your thumb kind of all the way around. Start in the middle so it's kind of even, and then push around the edges. So that's the top and the bottom of my cookie. And then I'm going to put this ball in the middle, and I'm going to put my cookie top on top, and then I'm going to kind of smush it together. And it should look like a cookie sandwich. I'm going to smooth my edges. You could put like a little bit of water on your finger if you want to smooth your edges. That one was maybe a little bit big. This macaroon is not quite as pretty as my macaroon over here. But you get the idea, little baby sandwiches. So those were my ideas for using the salt dough to make desserts. Tomorrow I'm going to paint my salt dough sculptures once they are dry. So the salt dough, you can let it dry, or you can put it away in a container with a lid and you can reuse it. Enjoy sculpting with salt dough.